Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and today we're checking out this week's event for Idle Heroes, which is giving us some cool stuff if you've managed to save gems. Now, that's quite a common trend, it seems to be, for the last few events, which is probably tapping a lot of free-to-play players dry on gems. But if, like me, you're a spender who has sat on a load of gems since Anniversary, you might find this event to be really, really good. Then again, if you're a free-to-play player with a bunch of gems, there's also something to look forward to. So, stay tuned. Before we check out this week's event, though, let me tell you about Patreon. It's a way you can support the content I make here, and in return, get yourself access to account reviews. And now I've finally moved into my new place, I'll be able to get my stream schedule back to normal, so account reviews will be continuing from next week. So do join our Discord for more information about account reviews, and one of the ways you can get access is through Patreon by clicking that link up there in the top corner. It helps me out, helps you out. It's a good time. Shout out to this week's latest patrons. We have Jace Vandervanta, we have Trey Worth, and we have Raz. So thank you for your support, guys. And do not forget to join us for an account review. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. Every day for logging in, we'll get ourselves 15 mithril pickaxes. That's so we can do Sky Labyrinth, and also a super wishing coin, which can help to do the monthly event, which requires you to go ahead and use those wishing coins. So looking in here, I have Penny, not really interested in that, and Morax, no thank you. So I'm going to leave that. I've got all month to worry about getting myself an ideal hero. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the cool events for this week. Well, the Soul Awakening session has come to an end, and as always, whales have pushed hard. I noticed that Sol, or Theo as his account is called, pushed really high to compete with this guy for first, and that gap is nearly double what third place had. So the real winner here is the guy that came third. But yeah, the competition between those two was ridiculous, and it seems second place and third place get the exact same thing, an SS hero. Really, as long as you've locked yourself into the top 6, I don't understand why that kind of competition happens, but I guess Awakens are addictive, and Sol has definitely confirmed that by talking to us in stream this week, just by really telling us how much he's loved doubling down on these Awakens. It's kind of crazy, but it's fun for him, so I guess if you've got the money, that's something they like to do. I definitely wouldn't ever encourage anyone engages in that behavior though, so let's move on for now. Value packages for this week, giving a lot of gems, mithril pickaxes, and wishing coins. Potentially good if you're interested in Sky Labyrinth, but typically the rewards for Sky Labyrinth compared to the newer stuff we've had in recent events aren't that great. Sky Labyrinth needs a huge rework for me to really strongly encourage you to go for stuff like this, especially when there's no big event attached to this week's event. If you take a look, we're just getting on normal things, no fancy extra currency, the usual 9-star for getting to level 9, which you actually need to spend money to even reach, and before you even start hitting things exciting, there's not a lot. Like, even that, look, 3 star spawn cores, like, you get more from campaign loot drop. It's just not worth investing in this, I don't think. Some people might get excited. The Gilded Purple fan is now in this chest, but it's not even the new artifact, and to push to 15 is insanely expensive. So yeah, I don't think Sky Labyrinth is one of those events where you need to spend too much money. That said, though, mysterious chests may take you by surprise. We've got our usual chests here. We've got our 5 Heroic Summon Scrolls, 9,000 Hero Promotion Stones, definitely worth the 500 gems. Always grab that if you can. The rest of the stuff is kind of up to you for these next 4. They're not really that exciting. Prophet Orbs, it's okay, but when have they ever been something that's been really needed? I suppose I could see reasons for some people picking that up, but free-to-play players, you're probably best just saving your gems. Skins, not really needed these days. Dust, it's not actually a lot of dust in the grand scheme. And 8,000, some people really like this because it gives a Glory Epic Hero Selection chest, and of course it gets you guild coins and relics, but there's much better ways to pick those things up now. So the currency of guild coins is quite rare, but given that there's things like Star Expedition that give guild coins quite generously, it's not really worth getting that stuff these days. 8,000 gems is just way too much. Scrolling down, you'll see for 15,000, they've added a Master's Toolbox purchase thing. So that's interesting. It's quite expensive, 100 gems for a single Master's Toolbox. I guess if you're short on Master's Toolboxes, this might seem good. But even if you're a free-to-play player, you shouldn't be struggling on Master's Toolboxes. If you are, it means you've probably been engaging with events wrong, or if you're honest, you've probably skipped quite a lot of events. If you're consistently engaging with events, saving your gems for good events, and only going in when it's truly worth it, you really should already have a lot of Masters Toolboxes at your disposal. The Diamond series, for example, is a year old now and has 800 Masters Toolboxes. The thing I'm limited by is the normal currencies, right? The normal wood, rock, all that stuff that you get just by playing the game. It's actually Masters Toolboxes that I have a lot of. So really, I don't think free-to-play players should be struggling on Masters Toolboxes, and if you are, you're probably doing something wrong. Maybe you've been playing for a while and you just get so many of the normal resources quickly. Maybe that might be it, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't go spending 15,000 gems on this. However, that bottom one is incredible. 30,000 gems for 30 Cores of Transcendence is already good value, and they've thrown in 15 treasure coupons as well. This is fantastic. If you can get your hands on this, if you have 30,000 gems to spare, grab this. It is definitely worth getting. 15 treasure coupons at pretty much what comes to 2,000 each still seems okay. But when you consider you're also getting 2 Cores of Transcendence for that 2,000 gems as well, it gets ridiculous. People regularly buy cores from the marketplace for 1,500. That is not rare at all. And those that don't will pick them up from the Celestial Island merchant whenever he comes in on the adventure mode, and he sells them for 1,250. So even then, you can definitely beat that value by getting them for 1,000 this event. So that's absolutely worth doing if you have the gems to back up that mysterious chest. On top of that, we have a Wishing Fountain event, which is giving the usual rewards with Garuda for getting to 300 points. Do not touch this. It's not worth it. Even if you're a brand new player that's like, oh, should I build Garuda as my first E5? Yes, I guess you could do, but I definitely wouldn't go getting a copy from the Wishing Coins to do that, because it's just a waste. At some point in the future, there will be a Wishing Coin event that gives you either a mysterious artifact chest, or it's going to give you sublimation. Just wait until an event like that. There's no point feeling like you can't do one of those events because you used all your Wishing Coins for a lousy Garuda copy. It's just not worth it, and there's nothing else attached to this event that makes that good. And finally, for spenders, we have a Moonlight gift. This is giving some okay rewards. We do get a return of Starry Gems, which isn't so bad, but it's only 300 for getting to 500, so that's okay. Like, the first 500 VIP experience points are fine, but pushing that further, you're getting 6-star orange stuff, you're getting an orange exclusive artifact. That stuff's not great, really. It's not worth getting. And then for getting to $50 spent, like 2,500 VIP XP, you're only getting 5,000 gems, 120 Wishing Coins. I mean, what's that? And then you get yourself an Eminent Hero chest. Like, dude, is this like 2020 when $50 for an Eminent Hero chest sounded good? I mean, even 2019 maybe, pushing that far back. But then 3,500, all that's getting you is 20 Cores of Transcendence. For some people, that's actually quite nice. The 1,000 Prism Story Gems really help to make that a little more appealing. And then I guess pushing to 100 doesn't sound too bad when you get 500,000 Stellar Shards. But there's double rewards for Sky Labyrinth. That's not really worth it, considering Sky Labyrinth doesn't really give good stuff. The 60 Mithril pickaxes aren't even that useful because you're not getting any bonus rewards for pushing Sky Labyrinth. And then 100 Glorious Relics, it's just a few Glorious Relics. What is that? And then you have to then spend another 100 to then get another 500,000 Stellar Shards. You get 500,000 Crystals of Transcendence as well. And then just to add insult to injury, they've added a Mysterious Artifact Selection chest on this. Why? I guess it contains the new artifact, but who in their right mind is spending $200 just for an artifact? They've done it again. I literally moaned about this the first time they made a Moonlight gift like this, and they've just lazily repeated it. It makes no sense. On top of that, it's one of the rare ways to get the new artifact, which just basically is telling people just forget this artifact even was made, because no one's going to spend $200 for it. And honestly, you just need to wait till like Halloween, Black Friday, Christmas, these big events that are coming in later in the year. That's when we'll start seeing the artifact given out to free-to-play players, and eventually they will add it to the Glorious Temple. But for now, it's not there, and there's no other way to pick it up. So really, that Moonlight gift, honestly, I just skip it. I don't think there's a reason you should spend $200 just for these rewards. In fact, the only reason I would ever spend $200 for this is if you were looking to get something from the auction house and you wanted an excuse to buy Prism Story Gems. Maybe you've decided that you're like, you know what, I want to get an Aspen copy, and you see this price and think that's reasonable? It's not, by the way. Aspen has rocketed in price recently since the Destiny Transition update came out. So I wouldn't go getting this at this price, at least. I mean, they've gone for way less in the past. I mean, these prices are just absolutely insane. But I guess that's just the way the market's gone. Everything's rocketing up at the moment. It's crazy. But then again, you might find the market dips a little bit now that we've had a gala come to an end. There's 50 people getting at least an A- hero here. So those people will do quite well on the back of this. So maybe those guys are going to get lucky and get a bunch of story gems if they sell on the auction house. Or maybe you'll find that the auction house drops in value. Either way, if you do want to get a good A tier, I typically recommend using story gems to do that. And that's the only reason then I would actually chase the Moonlight gift, is if you were going to spend 200 bucks on Prism story gems in the first place. Other than that, I find this a whole skip for me, apart from the first 500. The Wishing Fountain event in and of itself, not worth doing. Mysterious chests, definitely pick up the 2 I've bought here. The rest of it is up to you, but I probably just save gems. And in the Sky Labyrinth, you're going to get 15 pickaxes for free every day this week, so you might as well just use them and see how far you can get. And typically, if you're a free-to-play player, you can comfortably get a 5-star chest. That'll help you pick up hero copies and make some progress. Either way, pretty steady event for this week, and next week we have a brand new Transcendence hero coming out, where Betty, the shadow hero that came out last month, is getting turned into a Transcendence hero. There's an exchange event giving Jara and Elena, that's pretty cool, and then of course the usual things like the Palace of Eternity, Palace of Crystal, and all the other bonus rewards that come with a Transcendence event. This will potentially be a great opportunity for free-to-play players and budget players to use their scrolls to get themselves much coveted sublimation chests. So that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button to catch next week's video on the event, and hopefully you guys have something fun there to look forward to. Either way, guys, don't forget to catch more content here on my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, though, have a fantastic week, and of course, happy idling.